Hello? Okay, make sure that I'm not muted. Good afternoon. I'm starting a little bit early. My original date was, not date, but the original time for my live was at 10 o'clock, but it ran over because I had several things that I had to do. Sorry, I apologize about the delay, but I am here now. I'm off today. I work tomorrow. Just wanted to share the topic of my live is dating qualities that I look for in a man. That is my topic today, and I was going to go over each of the dating qualities that I look for in a man and discuss it in detail. So let me share my screen. All right. Dating qualities that I look for in a man. Number one, he has to be smart, intelligent, have some knowledge, went to school, went to college, some type of, some types of, really good education. Um, I have a year and a half of college. Preferably, I'm looking for someone that has equivalent the same as me or at least graduated high school. So number two, someone that can hold a conversation, someone that's not mute when I'm on the phone with them, someone that can um, start a conversation, hold a conversation, make me laugh while we're talking. Someone that I can have some things in common with, someone that has similar interests than me, similar interests like me. So someone that can, pretty much hold a conversation, not be quiet on the phone and I think everybody is looking for that in a mate. Number 3, kind and considerate. Um that's self explanatory. Just being kind, being friendly, considerate, thinking of the other person's feelings, being respectable of their feelings, um, not being mean and rude, you know. And I can tell when you're mean and rude because of the tone. The tone changes, the sarcasm comes out. So I'm looking for someone who's kind and considerate. Number 4, funny or a great sense of humor. So I myself have a great sense of humor. I myself is funny. I can say sometimes. Um, I make people laugh, especially at the job. Um, so I'm looking for someone who is funny, so someone who can make me laugh when we're together, someone who can make me laugh over the phone. Number 5, romantic. Now, romantic can mean um, a lot of things, but romantic in this aspect, what I'm talking about is someone who can woo me, someone who can um, be spontaneous, send me flowers when I'm having a bad day, um, romantic candlelight dinners, or um, a walk in the park. We're holding hands. PDA, public displays of affection, kissing, or maybe even just hugging each other. The hand holding, um, rose petals all over the house. Um, Romantic dinners. We could watch a movie and hold each other, cuddle with each other. That's what I mean about romantic, uh, about being romantic. Number six, respectful in all aspects. Respectful, that's another self explanatory word. Respectful, I respect you, you respect me. Respect is earned. I know that. But just, while we're like, for example, when we're talking, we're not over talking each other. We let the person talk first. We let them, express themselves and say what they're going to say, and then you talk. That's one form of respect. Just the phone etiquette. Another form of respect. You know, I'll say another thing about phone etiquette. When it's late, you're not calling after hours. You're calling at a respectable time. When a person is awake, when a person is alert, when a person is able to talk to you. That's another form of respect. Another form of respect is, um, whoever I talk to, whoever I start dating, I'm going to let them know what my hours are. So you know when not to call me. If you call me and you don't get me, I'm at work. I'm not going to answer my phone at work. I can't use my phone at work. So that's another form of respect too. Just respecting a person's privacy, a person respecting that they have a job, and I can let them know when I'm able to talk with them. So that's those are three or four aspects of respect, forms of respect. Um, I mean, there's others, but those are the top three or four that I'll mention. Number seven, fun and outgoing. Um, I like someone who's fun, we can create fun together. We can go see a movie. We can stay home and watch something on TV. Someone that's not dull and boring. That takes away from the romantic aspect of it. Someone who likes to have fun. Someone who is someone that knows, that can have some clues on what we can do, or I can come up with something that we can do together. So someone that's not blah, blah, dull and boring. Number eight, not selfish. Someone who doesn't think about themselves all the time. Someone who will share things with someone. And I'm talking about, when I say things, I mean like, say we're going out on a date. um I don't have money to go out for a cup of coffee. He's willing to, you know, spring for the coffee. I mean, it's a date, right? The men should pay. The man should pay. So that's what I mean about being not selfish, because I'm not selfish. I mean, just today I helped my son out. I'm almost broke, but I helped my son out. He needed bus passes to get to work next week. I helped him with bus passes. So that's what I mean when I say not selfish. Not, thinking about others before you think about yourself. Number nine, not big-headed. That's another self-explanatory term. Not big-headed. Your head is not big. You don't have an oversized ego. It's kind of like selfish, but not in a way. Big-headed means you're full of yourself. That's what big-headed means. So I'm looking for someone who's not um, big-headed, not full of himself. You think your shit don't stink, that type of thing. Number 10, marriage minded. I am looking to settle down and be someone's wife. And I'm looking for a mate, someone who is also looking to settle down and be my husband. My kids are grown, so I don't have little kids anymore. My kids are grown, so we have time to do more things together. We have time to plan our future. So I'm looking for someone to share things with and to get married. I'm looking to settle down, and I'm looking for someone that wants to settle down as well. Number 11, kids are grown. So I'm looking for someone that doesn't have kids or their kids are grown. Um, if I run across someone that does have children, that's fine. Depending on the age, little babies, they require more care, which takes away which takes away the time from me, because if they don't have a sitter, then you have to get a sitter for them. Or if you have to have a sitter, then you know you're not able to go out like you can if they were older. So I'm looking for someone who has grown kids, or if they don't have any kids at all. My ex-boyfriend, Major, he did not have any kids, but he had nieces and nephews. But the nieces and nephews weren't his responsibility, so he was still able to come out here to see me. And we can we spent a lot of time together. So we went to the store. He met my kids. One of them didn't like Major too much. Major had some selfish ways. I wasn't working, he was, and he managed to get two jobs when he was here. I helped him get those jobs. I put in a resume. I created a resume for him, and I put the resume in through the local temp agencies here in the area, and he was able to work two jobs. He worked at Kohl's, and then he worked at a factory where they made candy. So, yeah. So, and when he was working, he didn't want to share. He didn't want to share his money, or he didn't want to spend the money on the household. He wasn't paying rent here. He wasn't paying any bills. He wasn't offering to pay any bills. See, I don't like that in a man. I cannot marry or be with somebody that is selfish and stingy with their money. Um, I created a contract. He didn't like the contract, but I mean, we could have discussed it without a contract, but the thing of it is, I wasn't working. I did have bills. I think I was collecting unemployment at the time, and he was still stingy with his money. One of my children, my youngest, didn't like him at all. He bought my oldest a pair of shoes, and he didn't buy the rest any. That's what I'm talking about. So the non-selfish aspect of it, no, I'm not looking for that in a mate. Definitely not looking for that in a mate. Um, he wasn't big-headed. He wasn't full of himself, but he felt like, he felt like he was doing things for himself. And you know, so I mean, I don't think he was marriage minded. He was in a way marriage minded, but marriage, you do for everybody. You just not do for self. You have to take care of your family. So I guess he probably thought that I wasn't his family yet. My sons weren't his sons. We were dating almost a year. Um, we were engaged. What, he was going to get me a ring. He said he was going to get me a ring um while he was here. He said he had put one on layaway, but you know, Major has a habit of lying, and that should be number 12. I can't stand a liar. I do not want a liar in my life. I want someone who's honest. That's another big quality that I look for in a man. Honesty. You don't have to lie to me, because I'm always going to find out. Yeah, he had a habit of lying a lot. Um, so yeah, marriage, I don't think marriage would work out. We probably get divorced within months, because he has a lot of non-qualifying sides about him. Um, Also, he put his hands on one of my children. So that could be number 13. I don't want someone who doesn't want to become a family with me and my children. Um, you're not their father. You don't have they don't have your last name. So there is no way that you're going to put your hands on one of my kids. Um, did not like that. Did not like that at all. So number 13 could be, you know, don't put your hands on my children. I want someone that is respectful of my children as well. So I need to add to this list because I'm thinking of things. I'm thinking of things in past relationships that I didn't put on this list. So I want somebody who's respectful of my children as well, regardless of what they did. You could talk to them. You don't have to put your hands on them. I barely whoop my kids. I barely whooped them. I raised my voice more than I whooped my kids. So yeah, those are the 13 dating qualities that I look for in a man. And thank you for coming in, the two that are listening. I appreciate it. I know it's an inconvenience. I'll be really quick. I wasn't going to be on here long, but did any of the two that are listening want to come up and share, or had any questions about what I just discussed? I would greatly appreciate it. Um, I can probably move ahead to my next live. What was my next live about? Or I can just wait. I'll wait until next week for that one. Yeah, I'll wait until next week because I gotta create a list for that one too. But yeah, dating qualities that I look for in a man. And there's one guy, he's 33. He lives out by where I live in Illinois. Um, he sent me a text message, or he sent me a message through an app. I sent him my number, but he has not replied back. I don't know if he works during the day. It could be possible that he works during the day. I left my number. His last message was, my phone can receive messages. You never text me. So yes, I did text him. The call did not go through. His name on here is called Cancer 420. He looks like he could pass for or Hispanic, or he's biracial. I'll ask him when I talk to him. But he's cute. So he's about what, 14 years? 14 years younger than me. I don't care. I don't really care. My age limit is between 30 and 30 and 45. That's my age limit. Anything older than 45, I mean, it depends. It depends on the person, but I'm looking to date somebody much younger than me. Um, Somebody who's stable. That could be another quality that I that I that I want in a man. Somebody who's stable, somebody who's working, somebody who has a car, someone that can do for self. Somebody who's romantic. Like I said, these qualities that I show here are the qualities that I look for. And I had two more after number 11. But these are the majority of the qualities that I look for in a man, though. Yeah. So yeah, other relationships I've had. My children's father, he was another one who was something else. Um, Very selfish, very kept to himself. Um, he did talk, but he kept he he was very brash. He was, when he talked to me, he talked with me with an attitude. So I'm not really looking for that in a person. I'm looking for someone who's friendly, who's well mannered, who's, pleasant to be around. Don't have a mean look on his face. You know, think the world is against him. So yeah, my children's father, he was a trip. Um, I mean, the qualities. I can't say that he's smart. I can't say that he can hold a conversation. He wasn't kind or considerate. He was funny at times. He could make me laugh. Romantic. Um, I don't think he knows how to be romantic. We went to a hotel in the suburbs of Chicago in Naperville, and I brought we brought whipped cream and cherries. Um, and he would spray it all over me and lick it off, and cherries. The cherries, I don't know what we did with the cherries, but I love a romantic man. When we were together, when we were first together, he used to sing old school Dusties to me. He would look into my eyes, hold my hand, and sing to me, or he would look in my eyes and sing to me. I love that. I love that in a man, and I love that about him. That was pretty much the only thing, only good quality that he had, was that he was romantic, and he liked showing it. He liked showing it. He really didn't tell me how he felt about me. He showed it. So, respectful. I don't want to. I can't say that he was respectful. Yeah, he cussed me out when we argued. He wasn't respectful. He used a lot of uh, you know, profane language and when we argued. So I didn't see him as respectful too much. Fun and outgoing, when he wanted to be fun and outgoing. We would go see a movie, or um we would go to his family's, Chicago Heights, go see his family. We would do things with his stepkids and kids, along with my kids. So he could be fun and outgoing when he wants to be. Selfish. Yeah, he was very selfish. So I'm not looking for that in a man. I don't know what attracted me to him. Because I think I just wanted somebody at the time. I wasn't really thinking about qualities when I was 20. When I was 22, 20, no, 21. That's when I met my ex my children's father. 21. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't thinking about qualities at the time. Just wanted to be with someone. Um Not big-headed. I don't think he was big-headed. He didn't he didn't come off as cocky or thought he knew everything. Marriage-minded. When I first met him, he was already married. He was still married to his wife, separated from his wife. So, yeah, so marriage-minded, that that is NA for him, because he was already married. And he's divorced from her now, but at the time he was married. I met her. She was a nice lady. Met I was, I met the daughter. I met their daughter. She was cute. And, um, so yeah, that was awkward and uncomfortable position, meeting his wife. And the wife knew that me and him were together, so that was kind of an awkward situation. Very, very nice lady. She offered me something to eat. Very, very nice lady. Yeah. So, yeah, big headed. He wasn't. Marriage minded, well, if he wasn't in the situation that he was in, he would be marriage minded. I talked to him recently and he told me, "Have I gotten married yet?" I told him no. Um, I don't know if he was hinting, but because he's not married anymore. Um, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get back with him. He needs anger management. He needs to take some anger management um, classes. How to handle anger, how, when something doesn't go your way, how to handle it, because he has a temper. Um, he has kids that are grown and some that are not grown. My children's father. So, but he's not in his kids' life. Um, all the baby mamas have custody of their kids, of his kids. So, but I am looking for someone that does have grown kids or doesn't have kids at all. Yeah, so that was James, my children's father. Um, Previously to James, I was with someone who was from the city of Chicago, South Side. He stayed near Ashland, South Ashland. Met his mom, met her boyfriend. Um, we quickly got together. We probably didn't know each other 3 months, and we got together, and we ended up getting an apartment together in Chicago, up north. We stayed there a couple of months. He was collecting he was collecting disability. Um, so he was the only one with income, and then I ended up getting a job at McDonald's to help. But the job was on Wilson and Broadway up north, and that was a quite of a walk. I had to leave first thing in the morning. It was just a hassle. It was a nice long walk because we stayed on Bryn Mawr and Winthrop, and so it was a pretty much it was like at least five or more blocks down. So with him, with him, his name was David. Smart, I don't know about smart. Smart would have been him saving his money so we can get a decent apartment, because the apartment that we lived in, it wasn't all that decent. Someone that can hold a conversation. He pretty much could hold a conversation. Kind and considerate um, at first, but his attitude changed. Funny, great sense of humor. Yeah, he was funny, great sense of humor. Romantic. Um, I don't remember him being romantic to me. Respectful. I could say, yeah, he can be respectful to elders and to people that are older than him. Fun and outgoing when he wants to be, just like James. Not selfish. I don't remember him being selfish. Big headed. He was not big headed. Marriage minded. He never talked about settling down with me, so he wasn't marriage minded. And he did not have any kids. I don't think he had any kids. So that's the story with David. But yeah, so to wrap it up, those are the dating qualities that I look for in a man, with experiences with past boyfriends and ex-fiancés. But tune in to my next live next week, Tuesday from 10 to 12. I promise you, it will be 10 to 12. I will be speaking on, let me go pull up my phone. I will be speaking on the 13th, which is next week. My personal goals that I want to set in order to attract the right kind of man. Personal goals. So I'm going to be sharing personal goals that I want to set for myself. So things that I can work on, probably physically, mentally, um, emotionally, things of that nature. So so pretty much preparing for that right man, in other words. But if there's no questions, I'm going to end this live. It was going to be a short live, but tune in next week. 13th is Tuesday. So Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time. So if you are East, it would be 11 to 1. West Coast would be 8 to 10. West Coast. So it was a pleasure, whoever was listening in. Thank you for stopping by. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next live.